Many of us carry a heavy, invisible weight. This exhaustion often stems from the stories our minds tell us, rather than the events themselves. We spend hours reliving an awkward conversation from Tuesday. We tire ourselves out fighting imaginary arguments that haven't even happened yet. The human brain acts as a machine for producing constant fiction. When it's spinning out these stories, it effectively blocks out the actual world around us. Typical advice suggests we should try forcing positive thoughts or using distractions to drown out the noise until the discomfort passes. Nishida Kitarō suggested a different problem. We have forgotten how an experience actually begins. We've become so focused on the mental commentary that we skip the very first moment of reality. Over a century ago, a pioneering Japanese philosopher named Nishida Kitarō observed this pattern of mental burnout. He offered an alternative rooted in Zen practice. Kitaro called his concept pure experience. It is that silent fraction of a second when something happens, the tiny gap of time before your mind rushes in to apply a label. In that tiny split second, everything is undefined. The concepts of good or bad, success or failure haven't arrived yet. Even the sense of I as an observer is absent. Learning to identify this silent fraction of a second offers a way to interrupt an anxious spiral before it gains momentum. Let's look at how this works during a normal day. Imagine you are sitting quietly and your smartphone unexpectedly vibrates on the table. This diagram represents the raw reality of that event. It is a single data point, a brief physical vibration. Almost instantly, the mental story begins. You label it as a demanding boss, bad news, or a failed task. The physical stress you feel in your chest doesn't come from the vibration itself. It is a reaction to the labels your mind just attached to that sound. In moments of overthinking, much of our distress is generated by the fictional layers we add to a situation. Anxiety feeds on prediction. It keeps the mind locked in a constant, exhausting loop of asking, what if? When we imagine rejection or failure, our bodies often react as if those scenarios are happening right now, producing stress hormones for a danger that only exists in thought. Children often exist in direct physical participation. A toddler catching falling snow isn't judging the weather. They simply experience the sensation. As adults, we trade living for analyzing. We categorize the scenery, review our day in our heads, or document the moment for others, instead of being present within it. Objective reality is finite. It happens and then it's over. But because our interpretations can multiply infinitely, staying trapped in the story phase allows anxiety to persist long after the event has passed. Nishida Kitarō's philosophy was deeply shaped by Zen Buddhism, which emphasizes quiet observation and physical presence. A foundational Zen saying captures this focus. When walking, simply walk. When sitting, simply sit. In modern life, our bodies are often in one place, while our minds are scattered elsewhere, answering emails or replaying yesterday's mistakes. Pure experience reunites the mind and body. It pulls our attention back to the only place where reality actually exists, the present moment. You can practice this with a 5-second reset. Stop and notice the raw colors and sounds around you without naming them or deciding if they are pleasant. You can also try to pause before the label. If you spill a drink, try to notice the raw physical sensations, the movement of the liquid and the temperature, before you tell yourself the story that the day is ruined. With practice, you can begin to watch thoughts arrive. You start to see the tiny gap between an event happening and the brain's subsequent narrative. Everyday moments are perfect for this. Feeling the warmth of a mug in your hands, or the sensation of a breeze on your face. Nishida suggests that peace already exists in the quiet reality of the moment. It is waiting to be noticed in the split second before the anxious narrator begins to speak.